Fez on the camera there, and then I typically
Cool. All right. Let's get rock and rolling so we can get all done.
Patrick, sorry to interrupt, but do you want me to read this little blurb that you normally have? Do you have it with you, or?
I do not, so if you want to read it, that'd be awesome.
Okay. All right, this public meeting is being recorded in accordance with Montana law. All those in attendance are advised that public portions of this meeting will be recorded in audio and video format. Remaining in the meeting, those present consent to being recorded and displayed in footage that will be posted on the school district's website. Please contact the district office if you have any questions concerning Hamilton School District's obligations under Montana open meeting law. Okay.
Perfect. All right, first thing, any public comment on anything that's not on the agenda? Anybody out there? No? All right, cool. So, first thing is, request approval for Rossi County for Dietrich Perchie to attend the Idaho AP Summer Institute in Coeur d'Alene. So,
Yeah, so this is a Project Lead the Way training that happens to be taking place before our next regular scheduled meeting. And for Dietrich to get the training in time for next year, this is when it's offered. I don't know if Marlon is on. If there's anything you want to add, Marlon, please do.
Yeah. Dietrich's taking over the AP environmental science class for Marie, and so we traditionally send somebody with a starting class to the seminar, so that's what this is for.
perfect. So can I get a motion to approve this out-of-state travel?
So,
Can I get a second? Second. Perfect. Any other discussion? If not, everyone say, if you agree, say aye.
Aye.
If you oppose, say nay. Okay. All right, next one, just a review of the fiscal year and end of year balances. Go ahead, Dave.
Yep, so on the backside of your agenda, you have, these are still preliminary. It's not the final hour of this yet, but these are available appropriations, so you can see those. So one piece of good news I know was a concern. The general fund, we did the budget transfer or resolution in case we could not meet some of our obligations. We definitely are going to do that with some money left over. So there is a bit of end of the year money, but that gives you those fund balances. Do want to point out that we did in the retirement fund go into the negative a little bit. We had some larger payouts this year for retirement. But overall, we end in a pretty good spot.
Perfect. Any questions on what's going on with them? We look pretty good overall.
Just one question, how does that negative balance get resolved?
There's probably some reserves in that account, well, there is some reserves, but it will be an audit finding that we went over budget, but like I said, we've got reserves that will cover that, and then next year we will budget more in that, it's a countywide levy in that fund.
With that being said, too, the remaining, like in the general fund, that remaining amount will go into reserves in case there is a situation like that happens in another year.
I was concerned about the general fund. It looked like the retirement fund was going to be fine with those, with the retirements were what hit us. And so with the options that they chose, it made up that fund.
Yeah.
So those reserve funds, where are those kept?
They're at the county. It's almost, if you think of reserves as like a minimum balance in your checking account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So other things related to item number 4, the end of year balances, you obviously can see the table that lists all of those, but then in addition to that, policy 7320, there are a couple of things that I'll point out here in just a couple of minutes. So the superintendent's threshold for purchasing items is $50,000 and below, and so there are some items that get up there close to that I'll talk about in a second. There were some things that we discussed that were over $80,000 as potentially being something that we could use these excess funds for. But anything above the $80,000 needs to go out to bid, which takes a couple weeks' time, and then consideration of that information, and then the board decision. So time was not on our side when it comes to that. I would, and Kathy and I have talked about this a lot, is being in a position to have the time to be able to do some of that, and go out to bid if we are in a situation like that, in the future. So just pointing that out. With that being said, there is an item on here that is the next item. It's a capital purchase. It is a Bobcat tool cap, which would be used for a variety, multi-purpose tool here, but I can talk about that one specifically. Kathy also included a purchase of a district Suburban. So the district Suburban will serve a need for staff travel as well as small student group travel, field trips, that sort of thing. Cost savings rather than using a cruiser to take small groups to out-of-town events. So that is kind of a replacement. And then a Acadia, which is a staff vehicle. Our vehicles are aging, and we would like to start to replenish some of those. So those were under the superintendent's threshold, so items that have been approved the purchase of those. So just to be completely transparent, put that out there as information, but that brings us to item number 5, and I'll turn it back over to you, Patrick.
Yeah, so I think, obviously the Bobcat's the big one and stuff like that. I think that's the only one that you have in this category, right?
Right.
We have to go, so.
Yeah.
Everything else falls underneath, so. Perfect, yeah, so I guess the thing is, I just need a motion to approve the purchase of that Bobcat.
And we've been talking about a Bobcat for what? 50 years? Long time.
Yeah, it's built by Bobcat, it's not like our Bobcat skid steer.
No, but I mean the need that we.
Yes, for a need,
Yeah.
for many needs.
So move, Patrick.
Perfect, can I get a second?
Second.
Excellent, any other discussion about it? I think this is completely valid purchase, and I think it's a good time to get it, so, yeah, if no other discussion, all right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Perfect, all those opposed say nay, all right, thanks everyone, thanks for taking the time, I really appreciate it, and, we'll see you guys early next month, so.
Sounds good, thank you.
Thanks, Patrick.